lost in the woods and you're rushing to get back to camp. You suddenly remember you've got something that can help. You grab one of your chest straps from your backpack and whistle on it. Yup, that's right. A lot of bags have this feature in them, especially the ones made for the outdoors. It isn't long before you hear the call of one of your friends and you follow them back to the warm campfire, saved by this cool bit of design. If you're a curious person, you might have wondered what that little pocket in your jeans is doing there. You know, the one that's inside the bigger pocket? People often use it to store coins and bills, but it's not meant for that. It's actually designed to store your pocket watch safely. Maybe that's where the name pocket watch comes from. You finally arrive home after a long day's work. You understandably don't feel like cooking, so you sit on the couch and watch a bit of TV and order some takeout. How about Chinese? Perfect. There's the doorbell. That has to be your food. It smells delicious. Wait, before you grab the plate, do this instead. Open your Chinese food container on the table. It becomes the perfect plate, and it's cardboard, which means no cleaning either. The can of soda you got with your food has a cool feature too. Look at the tiny metal tab there, the one you use to open the can. Guess what? You can fit your straw in there. In fact, that's exactly what they're made for. Go ahead, try it for yourself. Keyboards have another hidden feature too. Have you ever noticed that the F keycap and the J keycap have little bumps on the bottom of them? As it turns out, they're there to help people figure out where they are on the keyboard without having to take their eyes off the screen. Grabbing a takeaway cup of coffee at your favorite cafe might be just what you need to fully wake up in the mornings. When you get back home or to work, though, you might be afraid to stain your desk when you put the steaming hot coffee down. Worry not, your plastic lid isn't only good for keeping your coffee hot, it also doubles as a coaster. In fact, they're the perfect size to hold a cup. Try it for yourself. Black stripes on yellow school buses aren't an element of design. They're actually metal rails put along the sides and the back of the bus to protect its rather thin walls. In case of a collision, they absorb most of its force. It means that the crash doesn't affect large areas. These rub rails are also positioned in strategically important spots. The lowest one runs at the floor level. The middle one matches the bottom of the seats, and the top one corresponds either to the top of the seats or the bottom of the window. Your ceiling fan can move in more than one direction for a reason. One is for summer, the other for winter. When the weather is hot, ceiling fans should move counterclockwise. This makes them pull the warm air up and push the cold air down. And the clockwise, winter mode, moves the warm air down and raises the cool air. As soon as you notice the blue bristles on your toothbrush start fading, it's a sure sign it's time to replace it. You can adjust your stapler so that it staples documents together only temporarily. It's done by rotating the crimp area. Most staplers have two options for stapling. One is standard, but the other side bends staples away from the center. Later, when you don't need them anymore, you can easily remove them by hand. Lots of people use a knife to remove strawberry stems, but this way they throw away a lot of stuff they could otherwise eat. Instead of a knife, use a regular drinking straw. Insert one end of the straw into the bottom of the strawberry and push it gently all the way through. If everything goes as planned, the straw will pop the stem out. A tiny hole in a padlock bottom helps to drain the water from an outside lock after the rain. It prevents the thing from rusting and clogging. You can also use this hole to oil the lock's hinges so that it doesn't get stuck. If a lock doesn't have this small hole, you should only use it inside. It's a bad idea to place dirty dishes covered in mashed potatoes or any other leftover carbs closer to the sides of the bottom shelf of your dishwasher. Several studies have shown that such plates get washed better when you put them in the middle of the rack. So now you know. Weird markings on the bottom of a toothpaste tube have nothing to do with the ingredients. They're actually there for the factory robots, not so they can brush their own teeth either. Such a colorful square marks the line where the tube has to be cut and folded. Now, most cotton pads have two different textures on each of their sides. One surface is firmer and more absorbent. It's supposed to be used with nail polish remover. The other side is way finer and softer. You should use it to remove facial and eye makeup. The color of your bead tie tells you when the bread was baked and how fresh it is. Blue means Monday, green Tuesday, red is Thursday, white Friday, and yellow is for Saturday. Not for all, but for most bakeries. But don't throw your bread ties away. Use them to fix broken flip-flops, organize your hanging cords, label which plug goes to what in a power strip, or just wrap your earphones around them to keep them from tangling in your bag or pocket. Frisbees started their life out as pie containers. After enjoying some delicious dessert, students started throwing the empty tin plates to each other. It turned out to be really fun and eventually became its own toy. The fur on the hood of your winter coat is there to keep heat near the face. It's great at catching wind and snow, too. The hole in your spaghetti spoon helps you measure the perfect portion. It's just enough for one person, so multiply that by however many you need. To prevent water from boiling over, just lay a wooden spoon across the rim of the pot. It only works for a little while, though. If the spoon surface gets heated up to boiling point, the bubbles will just foam up and around it. That's why metal spoons won't do. They heat up too quickly. Does the audio jack to your headphones have 1, 2, or 3 stripes? 1 band means your headphones just play sound. 2 means stereo sound. And 3 mean the headphones also have a microphone. The hole in a donut helps it bake evenly throughout. Without it, you risk getting crispy edges and a gooey center. Well, unless you put some cream or jam in that center. Silica gel packets can absorb up to 50% of the humidity in a confined space. So use them around the house. Tape one to the lid of a container of dry goods, be it dog treats, breadcrumbs, cookies, you name it. Throw one in each of your dresser drawers. Just make sure they don't get accidentally eaten. Some erasers have 2 colors and textures, not for penning versus pencil lead, but for different types of paper. You're supposed to use the blue side to remove pencil marks from heavy grades of paper. Most people use bobby pins upside down. The zigzag part goes closer to your scalp. The texture keeps the hair and pin in place much better. Ever notice the tiny second hole in the lid of your coffee travel mug or go-to cup? It's there to control how smoothly the liquid flows out of the drink hole. It also lets the steam escape, so the high temperature and build-up pressure don't melt the lid or send it shooting off. Same principle with your gas can. Next time you go to fill it for the lawnmower, leave the second hole on it open. It's to prevent gas glugging and thus spilling. Dents on golf balls help them fly further and faster than if they were smooth. They don't help it go toward the intended target, which is the part that I really need.
The pandemic reminded us of how important diet is to health. That's why
The hole in your frying pan's handle could hold your stirring spoon and keep it from messing the counter or stovetop. That fluffy ball on your winter beanie has mysterious origins. While they probably go back even further, what is known is that 18th century French soldiers wore these pom-poms on their caps to protect their heads from getting banged on low ship deck ceilings. That drawer on the bottom of your stove wasn't meant to store pans and cookie sheets. It's supposed to keep your dishes warm whenever you cook a large amount of food. As one dish cooks in the oven, it warms up the ready ones in the drawer below it. The hole in a pen cap is there in case the thing gets swallowed. It allows air to flow through. Lego heads have holes in them for the same reason. Go look at your bathroom sink. Really? See the hole up near the rim? It's there to prevent overflows. Excess water goes into the siphon, and your floor stays dry in case you forgot to shut the water off. It also helps your sink drain faster instead of glugging down slowly as it fights air resistance. The hole gives that air somewhere to escape. There's a special oval-shaped compartment under the flap of the Tic Tac container. It's supposed to make it easier to extract one little mint at a time. Well, if you still like the idea of having a handful of them, I can't blame you. Which side of your car is the gas tank on? Well, it may be a tricky question if you're driving a rented vehicle or some brand new wheels, but just look at the little gas pump on your dashboard fuel indicator. The little arrow points to which side the tank is on. Holes in tube-like coffee stirring sticks help reduce resistance from the liquid, so they can stir the sugar more efficiently, and we're thankful for that. This design also makes the plastic stick sturdier and protects it from bending in hot water. And manufacturers save money by using less plastic when the thing is hollow. The microwave door looks completely black when it's off, but when you're heating up your food, you can see through it. Look closely. It's not just a black glass. It's a special mesh against regular glass. This protective metal screen keeps the microwave energy inside. A pack of cotton pads has those strings on it so that we could hang it on some hook or holder. And no, there's no need to untighten and tighten the pack again. Look at the bottom of the pack. It has a perforated line. Tear along it, and now you're good to pull out a cotton pad. If you've ever tried a Nintendo cartridge to taste, you'll confirm that they taste revolting, leaving a sour, bitterish aftertaste in your mouth. They're covered with DENATONIum benzoate, one of the most disgusting flavors ever known. Actually, this taste is kind of a hidden function. It prevents people from swallowing those cartridges. The utility knife is supposed to last way longer than most people think. The knife blade is made of narrow, parallel sections. When the instrument gets blunt, break off the top section with a cap you find at the bottom. Voila! You have a brand new sharp blade again. Just don't forget to put some safety gloves and goggles on first. Some button-down shirts have a button on the back of the collar. It's there so that the tie doesn't stick out from under the collar. As for that locker loop on the back, you can use it to hang the shirt on a hook without wrinkling it. A seemingly random diamond-sized hole in the elevator door is actually a keyhole. If the doors get stuck, an operator can open them manually by inserting a special key in this hole. The same tool is used when an elevator needs routine maintenance. The holes in the bottom of earphones allow air to circulate up and through the speaker. It helps to increase low frequencies, making the bass sound deeper. The whole sound quality also becomes much richer. Diamond slits on backpacks were originally placed only on traveler bags. Their only purpose was to carry ropes. These days, you can find such slits on pretty much every backpack. Why not use them to carry a bottle of water, an umbrella, or a pair of sneakers? Ever use those flimsy ribbed ketchup containers they have at fast food restaurants? Then you've probably wondered why they don't make them a bit bigger. But they can be. Just pull the ribs outward, and the container can house way more sauce. So, if you ever find yourself in a condiment race, you can always catch up. Catch up.